Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Double SK Show. I am Smith Sebastian Kirk,
And I'm Mojo.
and I'm my guest for today. The topic we are going to talk about is respect the morals of others, and that ties into a whole bunch of stuff. Little different things that we've experienced through our walk of life. The first one is I have down here is respect the people around you, and what I mean by that is like when you're out in public, just have a classic, not classic, but have some class about yourself. Like, as far as the language, the verbal language, and everything, just try to keep that to a minimum because people are around you, and you know how they automatically think about people of color. They already think that we're already ratchet and everything else. So, have a little class about that, because there are people in my family, I ain't gonna lie, little extra, little extra that don't cuss you off from sun up to sundown, doing stop. But I mean, I understand that might be them, but I just, I just think you should, when you're out in public, you should just portray yourself better.
You have to. When you're in public, well, my parents growing up, you're a pure representation
Right.
of your parents. So if you're out there cutting up and mother this, mother F that, and such
Right.
and such, and then they know your parents, because you never know who knows your mom, dad, grandma, auntie, uncle.
Right.
And it's like, did you hear, so and so down the street run their mouth? And then they look at your parents like they didn't do a good job.
Right. It is a reflection on the parents as
Yeah,
well.
it's a big reflection.
Yeah, because some of my relatives that do cut up like that, knowing their parent, and I'm like, were parents, and I'm like, wow, where did you get that ratchetness from? And don't you want better? I know I do. And we all have moments that we all go off and cuss and fuss and throw things sometimes.
But everybody doesn't have to see all of that.
That's true.
Some
Everything
things
should
aren't
be
meant for,
That is true. Some things should be just stuck. I mean, just stayed under wrap. Like my mother used to tell me a long time ago, what goes on in your household stays. You don't go share it with the whole world what's going on. So it may look wonderful inside, may not be, but you'll never know it. It's not meant for you to know.
Right.
So this is one of the things that we just want to talk about and discuss this damn chair. Okay.
Comfortable here.
Okay, now let me put on these glasses. I can't see a damn thing. Okay, I
There
declare
we
for
go.
this. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, this is one of my problems I have with people is like with traffic, like parking, and we both have talked about this. Meaning that if I'm coming down a two lane street and you stop your car to talk to whoever's outside of your car, and you see there's a car behind you,
Even a one-lane street.
or that,
Yeah.
why do you continue to sit there and talk to this person as if the person behind you don't mean shit? Like, fuck them. They can sit there and wait, but soon
Yes.
it happens to you. You're the first person to be complaining.
Have attitude.
Have attitude. You want to pull out guns. You want to get in roads on road rage. Bullshit. I just think it's double standard, and I think this is a hot mess. Cause I have a cousin. I'm not gonna say her name. I just said her, so you already know who I'm talking
You know
about.
who you are.
She's kind of famous for this sometimes because she feels whatever she do is acceptable because she will stop traffic or do whatever and looking for CDs or whatever, and if somebody blow on her, oh, she's having a problem. Oh, wait a damn minute and all that other stuff. As soon as it's done to her, you can pull over and stuff. I'm like, well, you do it to other people, so you should be okay with them
It's
doing that
never
to you. And I'm like, I don't get people's concept when it comes to stuff like that. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I guess I never will. But I try to be very courteous.
Courtesy is the key.
Yeah, if I don't know you're behind me, that's totally different. But if I
Yeah.
know you're behind, I'm not going to deliberately just stop. I mean, or not move the car and just be okay with like
Yeah.
what you said. So what we doing? We hanging, all this stuff, and here we take this for your kids and stuff. I'm like, pull the F over.
That just happened to me not too long ago. And, the car pulled up, and the guy leaning down in the passenger seat or in passenger's window, yapping, running his mouth, looked back at us at the car and continued to keep talking like we didn't exist, we weren't there or anything. So we're slowly creeping up the car behind, like inching up, like, okay, we're trying to get past. Didn't make no never mind. We sat there for about 5 minutes.
See, that's ridiculous.
5 minutes, because we didn't want the trouble.
Right.
The area wasn't that great.
Right.
So, it's like, all right, we're just going to avoid all of this and see what's going on. Of course, we talked about it later, but
yeah, I mean,
it's just ridiculous.
Nowadays, in 2016, the people are just so treacherous, and they have no respect for each other. For
and
no
it's
reason.
like, for what?
For nothing.
Where's all this hatred coming from? Where's all the anger coming from?
I think it's in the chicken.
Or the water.
The hormones or something.
Leave it alone.
Those big old plump ass chickens that you get. You get a chicken wing look like a goddamn turkey wing.
You don't need it.
I ain't never seen a big ass chicken. That something's wrong with that damn thing.
Yeah, well, I got buffalo wings.
Right.
You can send that one back to New York.
Right. Okay. But
No.
I just think it's just so ignorant that people do that, and that's so disrespectful. And then people want to yell, "Oh, they're going to give me my respect," but you have to earn it.
You have to earn respect.
How do you think you're going to get something? That's just like working. You have to go to work to earn money to have a living. You have to give respect. You have to earn respect. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. Stuff like that just pissed me off. And if I had an old pickup truck like a 74 model, like all steel, I would just hit the gas. And I love when they open the door. I would just hit that and knock that bitch off and just keep going.
Keep it pushing.
And watch the door bounce right behind me. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them.
In the rear view.
Right.
Flip them.
Flip them off. Flip them off.
Yes.
Right. So, yeah, that's the problem that we're having. I'll touch the child one in a minute. I guess this also goes to far as like blocking people, like even in the grocery stores when you're coming down the aisle and your buggy's to the left of you but you're to the right of the buggy and it's in the way. Why do you continue? You see a person coming up there and you won't move your buggy. Then soon I bump the bitch. You having a problem like I hit you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's
cool. And so that's another thing. I'll go bam, just keep hitting it and keep going.
I start taking stuff out the cart.
Out their cart.
Out their cart. Oh, I thought this cart was here.
Yeah, it's just empty,
cart,
right?
And they just throw the other
I never
groceries.
thought about. I want to do that.
Start taking. Oh, I need this. This was good. I didn't know they had Pringles.
Right. That's my cart. Well, I can't tell you're not with it.
Exactly.
Just like your damn child up there.
Mm-hmm.
Go get that leash. Another little arm leash. Pull that bastard back. But anyway,
that's another episode.
Yeah, that's another one. Another thing I have a problem with, big major problem with. I don't think that when we're going to the morals of things. Well, before I go into that, me personally, I don't think you are friends with your child. I have a problem with that because the way I grew up, my parents are my parents. Right. They're not my best friend. I didn't play kickball with them back in the day. We didn't play hopscotch. None of that shit. We didn't go to school. Nothing. You're my parents. You're there for a reason for parenting. Mm-hmm. Yes, when we get older, we do have a better, different relationship as an adult to the parent. But to me, I hate when mothers are going to the bars with their kids at a young age, I guess. I want to say, because I understand if you had the child young, that's different, and you kind of, you're 39, your child is 29. No, I'm being funny, because that's only make them 10.
Yeah,
but
hey, if I go out to the bar, which every now and then or something, there's no way I want to go to a bar and my child is in the bar where I am.
Right.
Or my child's friend.
Right.
And you go in there, hey, hi, Miss Mojo, how you doing? It's time for somebody to go.
Right.
Because this is supposed to be a totally new atmosphere. Yeah. Grown, sexy atmosphere, or however you're doing it. I don't need my child in there with me. It's awkward. Now, unless if your child is 40, or even 30, but not just turning 21.
Right.
Okay, turning 21 and you're older, and it's like, okay, no. Mm-mm.
Right.
So that doesn't go. That doesn't sit well with me. Just my opinions. Everything here is just an opinion.
Right. You could digest it soft or hard. You'll listen.
I'm telling you.
You'll listen.
I can't. Yeah, and it took me a while before I could even curse
around
my grandmother, my mother, anybody to drink. When I did smoke cigarettes,
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
I
I
know
used
you
to smoke. I stopped smoking cigarettes in 1997.
What? I did not know.
Shut your mouth.
I didn't do it.
Yes,
Hey,
I did. I
all right.
stopped.
That's what's
It's a good
up. That's
thing.
what's up.
And back then, just a quick story on that.
Okay.
I used to smoke my little cigarettes. I was 18 and everything. And you know, your parents know everything. You don't think that they know, but they know everything. So I smoked my little cigarettes, and my mom one day said, "Yeah, let me get a cigarette." I had to clutch my pearls. I said, "What? My mom asked me for a cigarette."
Right. Right.
I didn't know she knew I smoked, but it was so odd and it was so awkward.
Right.
And I just, gave it to her. But it took years. I don't think I started smoking in front of my mom until I was way in my 20s.
Right.
So
Yeah,
it was just different.
And that's the respect you have for your parents,
I
because
still don't curse in front of my
like
mom.
my aunts and my uncles and stuff, I don't know if they ever heard me cuss before. No, my mom had one. I'm on the phone upstairs or something. But far as like just going hard or something, I don't think, especially not my aunts and my uncles and stuff like that.
No, the hardest curse word was damn.
Yeah.
And hell, and that's only if I stub my toe.
But there are some
Nah.
people, they will cuss their mother out, they'll cuss their father out and think nothing of it. And I'm like, you're kind of fucked up for that.
And it's gonna come.
You're
right
a
back
fucked
around.
up individual. To me, I think that you do that you're okay to cussing out another adult that's in your family like that, especially if they're just if they're being a parent and being a correct parent. I know there's some ratchet parents, then I understand why they got cussed out.
Right.
But if they're doing the best they can for you, you're just a spoiled ass brat. You know what I'm saying? I think something's wrong with you.
Yeah.
But the crazy part, it comes around full circle, because your child gonna do that to you. Trust me on this.
It comes back around.
It comes back around full circle. So you didn't get away with anything. I just hate that part. Okay. I'm getting off track, but anyway.
We both are.
Yeah, but another thing
other
is
stuff.
that I hate when adults expose children to adult things.
Say it again.
I hate when adults expose children to adult affairs and issues. Whatever adults is talking about, adult thing, a child should not be involved in it. Child should not comment on it. Child shouldn't even be in the fucking room. Now, the problem is that I really haven't experienced this with my family, really, because usually the kids, they will make them leave. But I have been with other friends that their kids is there, and their kids is little, and the kids at the table like this, all up in my goddamn face. And I'm like,
and what did
I'm not talking to her.
Yeah. And what did your parents tell you when you were younger?
Get out of my face.
Get out of grown folks' business.
Go do something.
That's what you have to do.
But
the child should stay in the child's place.
But apparently, it's the roles is being reversed, especially with these moms and dads that's not doing what they're supposed to do. So the kid is pretty much grazing themselves, and that's where all this disrespect is coming from too. Because I think if you laid the foundation with your child from the beginning of respect, like my parents did and your parents did, that you're gonna automatically have that like. I just can't see me just being just so disrespectful to somebody.
Right.
Because one, I'm not ratchet like that. I'm not ghetto like that. That's not who I am. I like to hold myself to a higher standard. But there's some people that don't give a damn. They just whatever, just nasty.
It's too much. And a kid, you should let your child
be a child.
Be a child, because childhood only lasts a little while.
Right.
Once you hit adulthood, you are an adult for the rest of your life until the day you die.
Right.
And let those kids be kids.
Right.
Keep it there. You shouldn't come home, oh, whatever happened at work today, and this and this happened here, and a child doesn't need that pressure. Now that you got the 6-year-old walking around with a migraine headache, oh, mommy is just, a kid shouldn't feel all that.
They shouldn't even know what a migraine is.
Right.
Unless they was born with a helmet on or something.
Oh,
but
my
they, little soft spot.
It's too much.
Let me stop, because somebody might be out there with their child with a helmet. But I'm not talking about that. I'm not ripping on that, because there's some cute ones. They have flowers and stuff on them, but sometimes they're on the little bus. You throw rocks and stuff like that. It's like, no, I never did that, but I'm just being funny. I'm just joking, but
it's a mess. A child should stay a child, however it goes. TMI, too much information. Your child doesn't need to know. Like we were talking the other day, I used to ask my grandmother when I was younger, Granny, where are you going? Down the street. Where's down the street? Down the street.
Street, right.
And so I'm sitting there trying to figure out where's down the street. There's many places. Which direction is she headed? Where's she going? Child stays in the child's place. You don't need to know all of that information. Go outside and play.
Right.
Do what you're going to do. Leave the grown stuff
For the adults. That's right. And I don't get that. And I hate going to people's houses and their child. I don't care if their child is like 16. To me, you're still a child. I don't want to be around your child.
Right.
I did not come to visit your child. We don't play together. I'm talking to the adult.
Exactly.
Get out of here.
That's it.
You know, so get out of here.
And then it's like, and then it's like, oh, you made me with that one. Oh my goodness. I totally, we're going to skip over that because I
was just saying a child, like even if they're 16 or something, to me that's not grown.
Right.
I don't care if they did have a baby. To me, you was a child having a child.
Right.
And you don't need to be in my motherfucking business.
Exactly.
There I go cussing like hell on this thing. But it's okay.
Shit.
It's not censored, so that's good. But no, seriously,
Right.
I don't like that because that makes me feel uncomfortable. Then the child knowing what's going on with me, and I'm trying to talk to an adult about personal shit. Sometimes I don't, I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get the mentality of that.
Okay.
I don't get it.
What I was going to say, and with the parents saying, oh, my daughter or my son is my best friend, or vice versa. You are not. You can be a friend to your child,
right?
You can be a friend, as in do friendly things, for a child. But you are not. You are a parent.
Always going to be the parent.
Anything. You're always going to be
Right.
that parent, and you should play that parent role. We know a lot of people that's out there that refuse to parent. The grandma still think that she's about 23.
Right.
And the grandchild is already like 17 or however. So it's like, oh yeah, we going to party all, this here. And I know a certain someone, old as heck. Not going to mention any names. They're in my family. Old as hell. Still wearing the sweatsuits with Juicy on their ass.
Really?
Thinking that they in the club kicking it. I said, okay. Little Juicy sweatsuits.
Yeah, right. Wendy Williams was just speaking about
Did
that
she?
the other day. Yes, she said she liked to lounge around in her house.
But that's her house.
Yeah, but not outside.
I'm talking
shopping,
about outside the house,
Yeah.
at the club,
or
doing
at the ice
whatever.
cream truck.
This person is over 60.
Maybe they just didn't update their closet yet.
I don't know what the heck, but the thing is, they want to hang with the young crowd. They think they can still twerk and do all this other stuff, and it's a mess. Oh, my daughter's cool. We're good. We hang out like that. No, we will not.
I think it's crazy.
Especially not with that Juicy on you.
Right. I think it's crazy for the child to hold up the parent out the bar. I think that's a hot mess.
It's embarrassing.
Maybe because my structure or my home wasn't that way,
Right.
So I never did anything like that with my parents because my parent exactly was my parent.
Right.
And yes, like you said, you can become a friend to your parent, but it's still, because when you start saying best friend and try to treat them as an equal,
Right.
that's when the respect is lost.
Right.
Because now they think they can say anything to you, act any old kind of way,
Right.
which is crazy. And I have a couple people in my family that's like that. I like, that line has been so crossed. It's ridiculous. And I'm like,
personally, I think, and this is just my opinion from people I've been around, I think the morals with the respect and everything stopped at like the year 1975. And it may have trickled over to 77, may have trickled over, but I believe 1975, from that point on up, it just became no one cared anymore. People started drinking and everything. Oh, well, my mom let me smoke and do all this and drink with them. We never did that. Everything you did, we had to sneak and do it and everything. Oh, we had to sneak and hit a cigarette or.
But they said a lot of people I have heard, like friends, they said the reason why their parents say, I'd rather for you to do it in the house than out the street because you don't know what you're gonna get. I don't go with that, and I get what the why, but that's giving a pass for them to do it.
I don't even get that.
I don't think you should do adult things until you're ready.
Right.
That's even having sex.
Right.
Like all these teenagers want to have sex and everything out early. I know you are horned up and everything, your hormones are racing and stuff. But I don't think you really should really indulge in that until you're really, really ready.
Right.
Because then here's this baby and you're 16 You're not even done with school yet. But who do you think is gonna take care of the parent? I mean, the child now. Your parents, because you don't have any money.
And that's why that I believe morals and respect somewhere down the line got lost. I believe that's where it got lost because the mothers got younger.
Yeah. Because there's 38-year-old grandmothers now.
Right. And they don't know. So if you're getting pregnant at 16 and 17, you're still learning life lessons. Hell, we're all still learning life lessons, but that's the basics.
Right.
When you're 16 and 17 years old,
yep.
That's the basics. So you're having a baby, you're raising this child off of what you know, which is nothing. And
right.
You're still trying to learn. So then you're pushing the kid off to someone else. And you know, we love the child. We're not just going to let it go. So it's like what? So the parents are getting younger. The lessons aren't taught, and the laziness is ridiculous.
Yeah.
This country, which is a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But the country is so lazy. And as an American, it's embarrassing because technology is going to be the death of us. Because we don't have to do anything anymore. Everything is a push the button.
It is. It really is.
Do all this other stuff.
It really is.
You know what I mean? So, I don't get it. And getting back to what you just said about, the parents, I'd rather my child smoke in the house or, get
smoke
with me.
or drink in the house. Right,
You know, and it's crazy because it's like I remember when I was in high school, we used to go to the high school football games. We go to high school football game, we might drink a beer or something before the game. So what is that child going to do? Oh, let me go all the way back home with my mom so I can smoke a joint or drink a beer and I'll meet you back at the game. Why? Because my mom said I'm not allowed to smoke out here with you or drink out here with you, so I'm going to go all the way back home. And then, who does that?
Nobody.
Who does that? So if the child is doing it at the house, like you said, dude, that's just a pass for them to do it anytime.
Yeah, because I'm like, my child of mine, you're not you got to be of age to do anything that you're not supposed to be doing. Because you're not coming, even now when I have get-togethers here, when you come across that threshold, you have to be at least 21. And I don't even really want the 20-year-olds in here.
Exactly. And they get frisked.
Yeah. It ain't those type of parties. What kind of party do you think I'm giving?
I'm frisking. Okay. No, what you doing?
Well, usually the people I invite are cool people. I don't really have no bad ones coming gang, with these guns and stuff. Like it's usually good. But I don't play like even with my niece and nephews and stuff. If they're underage, I just will not do that. And I have done that once with my cousin. I did give him a cooler. I think he was like 14. But I was only 18. I should have been doing it myself.
Oh, well, you didn't.
Yeah, I was 18, 19. I gave him a cooler or something. One cooler. That was like White Mountain back in the day. But, yeah. So, but I don't do that stuff. I don't believe in that because I don't want to expose them to things that may turn into a habit, later on.
And we all make mistakes, but if you don't learn from your mistakes or if you continue to do it or don't stop that cycle, if your parents did it, sometimes our parents aren't right. You know what I mean? The parents aren't right.
So true.
And we have to stop that cycle somewhere like, oh, well, my mom did it and, get whipped with extension cords or whatever. That doesn't mean that same quality of sternness and raising your child, but it could be a different process of doing that. You don't have to do all that. And it's a sense of respect. You have to be with the times too, because you can't come to your child nowadays with certain things. They're like, what is that?
Right.
You have to have a different approach with things so it can get through to them. So
well, I really think my all my kids foster parents, because they have did a great job with them in Africa, and they Skype me on Father's Day and birthdays and stuff like that, and I don't have to be bothered with that crap. The parenting thing, let them do it. That's what the States, that's what Africa's the continent. They do all that, and I don't have to do all that. Beautiful. So I don't go through none of that stuff, and they're very well behaved and stuff like that, and
Cheers. But yes,
we just want to touch on a couple things about
it's so
just having,
easy to get off subject with this because it's just so. Actually, these are really pet peeves. This is and a lot of things that really, really and truly need to change because nowadays you hear things on the news. You see these young kids just walking down the street and punching elderly people in the face.
Oh my God, I think that's horrible.
Yeah, I mean,
yes,
for what?
I think that is nuts.
Yeah, drag them because they want this purse and drug the lady out the store.
Oh my God, if that ever happened to my mother, I would have to hunt whoever that is down, and I will kill them.
Yes.
You know, I would have to kill them, and I don't care about they're a teenager. I don't want to hear that shit because usually the parents, the first thing they want to do, oh, my child was the best thing. Your child had all this damn, look at the rap sheet on this child. Your child's always in trouble.
And why is the parent always in denial?
They on the TV, I mean, got tears, my child, this and that. I'm like, your child was an asshole.
And I'll be damned if I'm afraid of my child.
Oh.
I will never be on Steve Harvey, Oprah, whoever the hell else, telling somebody, Maury, whoever, I'm afraid of my child. What is that? I don't get that. It's just...
Somebody had it on Facebook. There was one little child just beating on his mother's head and stuff. Unfortunately, my child arm would have been broke. And they probably would have took the kid off of me like the rest of them. But that's cool. You know, no, because I don't believe it. Because with my parents, the structure they had for me, I never even wanted to, I never ever wanted to fight my mother, ever. I didn't want to punch my father, I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to sucker punch him a couple times, but for sucker punch him a couple times was just him. But I never did it, and I never even bucked up against him. And when I look back, I'm glad that we had the structure in the family that I didn't want, I didn't do it. We didn't fight each other. Like, there's people in my family have fought their aunts and stuff and, uncles. And I'm like, I could never imagine me fighting my aunt and uncle. Except with my uncle. Well, yeah.
See, there's an exception to the rule.
Well, there was a situation with my mother's death and with my uncle. But that's okay. I did want to sucker punch him. But that was about it. But we cool. We cool. But I just didn't like the way he was talking to me and stuff because this is my mother. I know it's your sister, but this is my mother.
Right.
You soon forget I'm a part of her. You are too, but I came out of this woman.
Right.
You didn't.
Right.
But anyway, that's another story, and I want to get on that because I know the relatives. Soon as air, the phone's going to be blowing up. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, you do, because I talk about it all the damn time.
Leave a comment. Write down.
Yeah, you can leave a comment, or you can go to, if you want to be something extra, go to the Gmail. It's the SSKshow@gmail.com. I do check it. Haven't gotten much, but that's okay. Don't call me with a whole bunch of bullshit. You got a comment, put it at the bottom. If I think it's too rough, I'll show up at your door and talk to you in person. Because that's what I do.
And I'll frisk you.
Okay.
So what's the music?
Oh, the music right now, I think is Tyrese Black Rose. I think it came out like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago. Excellent CD. I don't have the cover right now with me, but Tyrese, I think it's his last CD, and it's Black Rose. Very good CD. Not a super fan of Tyrese like that. I think he has a beautiful voice, but this CD is like off the chain. You can listen from the beginning to the end. Every cut is really, really good on this. So I do like it. Well,
not all of it. I heard a couple songs.
Yeah, I can let you track through it. It's really, really good. It's really good. But what else do we want to touch? I think we pretty much touched on everything. Oh, and another thing, just have respect for other people. Like, if you're pursuing someone and they don't want to be bothered with you, don't just be okay with the rejection and say, okay, fine, move on. We were talking about that little incident, that girl that got killed when she left the bar because the guy was making advances and she didn't want to be bothered, so she left. He just came out and just shot her in the middle of the street because she didn't want to be bothered with him. And I thought, I'm like, what is wrong with you? Now he's spending his life in jail. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, the girl who got killed, her family got to grieve because she was only like 27. Right. Very cute girl. And I just think it's horrible that people are just so obsessed with something that they just do not know how to say no or let it go.
Men need to step up. Women need to step up. Not even this generation. What am I looking for here? The human race, period.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're losing it. We're dying out. This is a whole bunch of anger. You see where the politics are going nowadays.
That's
to the
another
point,
story.
That is a whole different show.
I have never seen this type of
ever
with the presidential race this chaotic mess. Never seen it before. People fighting and all over one person Trump.
And that's another part of respect.
Yeah.
That's another part of respect, you know. So I guess what they're really saying is money talks, really. It really shows how much money you have to do this, because if you don't, your word is moot. It just doesn't mean anything. So,
right.
I don't know.
But yeah, but we just want to touch on a couple things as we thought that we have issues with here and there, and hopefully that if you one of these people who do it, you don't, or if you do it, you'd be more respectful not to do it, not to do it. You know, well, not you one of these people who do it, don't do it, and if you don't do it, continue to not to do it.
Because you know you wouldn't want it to happen to you.
Right.
Put the shoe. Anytime you get in a situation where you feel like you're going to pop off or do something, put the shoe on
the other foot. Right.
Just think if that person, that elderly woman that got punched in the face was your mom or your grandmother. You know?
How would you feel?
Yeah, exactly.
Or you.
Exactly. Now, if you reach the age of 75 or blessed to reach the age of 80 or 90 years old, and you see the show, and someone comes down the street and tries to take your purse, or punch you in the face and ha 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 laugh it off because they want to show out for their boys or show out for somebody. You just think about that. That's where you have to start with the generation, change the cycle.
Right.
You know what I mean? Put it out there. Teach morals. Stop being lazy. When you have a baby, parenting is a serious thing. And it's never ending. That's what you have to realize. It never ends. You will always be that parent.
Right.
You may not always be married. You may not always have a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or whatever, but that child is always going to be yours to the end.
Right.
That is your seed. That is what it is. So you take care of that, instill the daggone morals in that child, and I'm telling you. And my grandmother used to always say to me, what you do at home follows you abroad.
Yeah.
What you do at home follows you abroad. So if you're at home and you're cussing everybody out and not doing this, you're going to take it right to the street. Why? Because that's what you do. Right. It's on the norm. It's on the norm.
Then you wonder why you're not getting your jobs, the interviews, you don't know how to speak and all that stuff. You just...
You know how many people... Have you seen anybody go on an interview and they don't know how to talk to the person at the interview?
Mm-hmm.
They go into the interview chewing and popping gum and cell phone ringing and
usually
everything.
They're not in there long.
Yeah, but the thing is, they don't even know because it's not even respectful towards it because they feel somebody owes them something.
Right, and why do everybody feel they owe something? But
that's another story.
Right, that's another story. But you know what? Like, again, we just want to touch bases on a couple things. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Yeah. I do thank you.
Well, thank you.
I do want you to come back because we got some more other issues.
We have a whole lot to talk about.
Yeah. So, again, I do thank you for tuning in to the Double SK show. Hopefully, this is some enlightenment on things that you may have experienced or whatever that you're like, you think about. And please don't call me if you feel I'm talking directly to you because I probably am. But so for that note, you have a very good night.